So we are in Colonial Williamsburg and looking for inspiration, and we'll take you along with us. So I love this gate, and it's just pinned there on the corner. The fencing is gorgeous. Look at that. Love, love, love it. The temperature said it was only 77 degrees outside, but they had really bad rainstorms last night, and I guess for like 3 hours, and everything is very wet. It's very humid. It's like steamy. Look at those. Look at how they support those fence sections. Love these sidewalks. The running bond pattern of the sidewalks. And he said, the guide there said that 50% of the buildings are privately owned. So, looking forward to seeing that. Hi, baby. Oh.
We don't have any carrots.
No goodies.
What did Audrey feed her sheep?
Hers were fed, we would bring them
animal crackers.
Animal crackers. Look at the size of that star magnolia.
Hi.
Gorgeous.
You just got sheared.
Yeah. They're so sweet.
Aww.
That tree is stunning.
There's your baby. Huh?
Look at that dark red and the little picket fences. Beautiful. I'd love to come and stay in one of the vacation rental. Look at that. I absolutely love the barrels everywhere. We'll make sure we have to have some of those. Look at that little one. That'd be adorable for a market stand.
Mm-hmm.
The lighting. Look at their tree posts. Jimmy, hold on. Look at, they've got beescapes over here. And the wheat, we're going to grow that. For sure. I'm going to walk through here real quick just for a video.
That's a cute little fan too.
Really cute. Cute items for sale. Nice. And the cups.
What do they call those?
And like a mule, maybe?
No.
And the lights. Oh, Jim, go around the corner. There's something before we leave I'd like to get. It's the little birdhouse. Bill Romey has some of those on his house. And this is where they come from. Everywhere I've ever seen, they were Williamsburg made. Right here.
It's a birdhouse?
Uh-huh. So the stick goes in there, and then it hangs on the wall like this. Right there. And then there's some of the pieces for in your garden, but you want to make sure that you take it off when it gets too hot, because you can catch your mulch on fire. Wavy glass. William Lightfoot House. It's an original building. say those pickets are? Maybe 3 inches, 2 inches, 2.5 inches.
3 inches.
Love the door color. More of the original glass. And look at the mold, the moss on the roof. It's so humid here. And then it's such a simple, there's a hellebore. And then the daylilies, irises. Love it. Love the weight for the gate. Another unusual design.
Maker. King's Arm Tavern. Is that what you said?
Brickhouse Tavern. Love the stone along the edges. There's the blacksmith.
What street did we come up?
This is that DOG. This is seeing her walking down. No. Another unusual shape of the fences. And the mulch here are shells in between the bricks. The colors, the softness and earthiness of these colors are just gorgeous. I love it. It's a beautiful ochre colored building, and then look at how dark, rich, maybe oxblood red, that building. Colors are just stunning. They're so natural. They're not jarring. They're saturated, but they're not jarring colors at all. And then the change in the directions for the brick. Running bond. Here's the pathway going this way. Love the weights for the gates. Again, another shape of the fencing. Shields Tavern, 1745. So you see on these shutters, they have the hinges at the bottom there, and their intention is to close to protect the glass windows. So when you see, in our current day homes, there are decorative shutters on the outside sometimes, but when you love history and the historic homes and architecture so much like I do, when I see that window that wouldn't be, the shutters aren't big enough to close the window even though they're decorative, it's just, see, there's just one on one side, but it's fully capable of closing across the whole window. Again, same here. There's that beautiful ochre color. Sadler, original building, 1755. The little gardens in between are just beautiful, and they're paved with the bricks. And they're just simple. They're marigolds, yellow marigolds, and it starts with an A, I think. Ageratum, or the bedding plants. Most of the homes, though, in this area, there's really very little landscaping on the front of them. And there's the redware birdhouse. And this house has the shutters off right now. They must be being rebuilt or repaired or new ones. I love the gutters. So the houses actually don't have traditional gutters on them. This is an unusual fence also. These pierce through the tops of the fence, but there aren't gutters on the house. The gutters are down
What did we say about the liking of the
Little detail. Look at the thumb latch for the door handle. So here's the 18th century bird bottle. I love it. But I checked the tag and it's made in China. So I'm going to pass on that. We'll find somebody who makes them in our country. Just stunning. It reminds me a lot of the square in New Orleans, but without all the stuff going on around the outside edges of it. An absolutely gorgeous garden. I'm trying to figure out what that is. Oh, that's an ivy around the edge there, and boxwoods, and little boxwoods that surround. This is a young garden, because those are really young boxwoods around everything. And there are, yes, I'll put it on the screen. I know what those things are in the middle of those. Those are beautiful dried. Can't think what those are called right now. Beautiful combination of the brick pads and where? No, it's a. We've grown it. I can't think what it's called now. These are irises right here. They're past their prime. Those are early, good in the spring. And then these look like pine needle. It's a pine straw mulch. But yeah, it's a young garden. This garden is just gorgeous. I love the little shed there. It looks like he's building a wattle fence, which is right back there. They're done with the up and down sticks, and then you weave twigs in between to keep the garden things in. That garden is just stunning. Love the trellises. It's beautiful. It's got dried garlic hanging there. And these here are either artichokes that are flowering, or maybe cardoon. And look back in there. There's cactus. Again, that beautiful, unusual detail on the fence. And look at this tree. It doesn't even look like it has a bark. You may probably have seen those kind of stars on the outsides of, usually on brick buildings. If you notice close, there's a large bolt and a screw there, and that has a very specific purpose. Those run with a metal all the way through front to back on these buildings, so side to side and then also front to back, and that's for the purpose of offering more support for the building. So it's actually from one end to the other. There's another one on the other side, and it secures, holds the building together over time. So it's decorative, but it's also very, very, very functional. If you notice this interesting detail on the fence as well. Beautiful. Well, I was walking down the street here in Williamsburg, and I actually smelled them before I saw them. Beautiful animals trying to be in the shade. Beautiful. Oh, is she pretty?
That's a new bird.
Yeah, baby. Oh,
I know, it's
young.
last week.
It's having some gorgeous,
What a beautiful color.
no doubt. And then that mark on its forehead. Wow. Hi, baby. Oh, pretty. Oh my goodness. So this is a 1/4 cape. There's the front door and one window on the side. If it had 2 windows to the left of the door, it would be called a half cape. If it was 2 windows on this side and 1 window on the other side, that would be a 3/4 cape, or like our house, a full cape. Just beautiful. Love it. Used by coachmaker Dean, 1772 to 1775. And that fencing, yeah, it does say brickyard. Brickyard. Is there anything next to the brickyard? It looks like they're making wheels or something over there. Please do not unstack the bricks. Okay, I promise I won't. I don't think I could. We did that several times when Jim and I were building or putting together our patio. Jim, look at this gate. Jim, the gate. It's so simple. It's a couple of trees and then hinges. Well, they were trees once. With the hinges just pushed in. There's a pin to hold it. There's another pin.
Gorgeous.
And it just goes all the way through, and there's a wood pin to hold it. Wow. That would be amazing. So yeah, so Jim and I found somebody that was selling bricks from an old patio. I think it was their parents' or grandparents' home. And so we went across town, we picked up the bricks, loaded them all by hand on the trailer, trailered them to our house, unloaded them, brought them to our backyard, stacked them up, then started putting them on our patio, on our brick slab, or on our concrete slab, and then realized that the bricks, because of the dimensions, weren't going to be able to create the pattern that we had laid out. There's a cardinal that sort of keeps following us. And so we took all the bricks back up again until we finally figured out exactly how to lay it out. Thanks to my dad. I think it was an Easter when he helped to figure out what the pattern should be in order to make the size of the brick work. But I think we touched each one of those bricks, I don't know, 5 times, 6 times. It seemed like a lot. By the time we were done, I didn't want to see a brick. I didn't even want to sit on the brick patio anymore. I think that's the sound of the carpenter running the wood through the saw blade. All the houses we've seen, Jim said this one was his favorite. That makes my heart happy. Look at this. Oh no. Oh, I could hop right in there. What? Look at that stone. Look at, because they don't have gutters. No gutters, so the water just hits the stone and then hits the brick and comes right on down. They sure were clever. And I love how it's terraced here. And then these are wooden beams terraced in. You would think that would need to be stone, but it's not. More beams. Love the sound of the footsteps on the gravel. I wonder if you have been to our Colonial Williamsburg. It has been a very, very long time since I've been here. I was a child, but I remembered it so fondly. Happy to have had the opportunity to come back. Gorgeous. I think a big part of the beauty of it, just like in Shaker Village in Kentucky, is that there are no cars in this part. It is foot traffic only, or of course the horses. And I do think that that lends itself to that early look and feeling. Wonderful sound. Okay, I turned around. I'm going to go up this little hill because I saw something that just, oh my gosh. Oh, let's get up that hill. Look at that. Is that a purple martin house? Look at the size of it. And all the moss on the roofs. Incredible. That is a huge birdhouse. Beginning of the video, look at the, I hope the video picks it up here. Look at how rippled the glass is in those windows. So yes, I hope that you will comment below. I hope you'll share with your friends on social media. Like, and for sure subscribe. Commenting below also helps, but the very, very best thing that you can do for our channel is always to share on your social media pages. What that does is tells those that be at YouTube that what we're showing is something that some others are interested in and that our content is valuable. And I really hope that you believe that to be the case. I think these things that we're sharing and filming is so vital to our history and keeping it for the next generation. There is such a simple beauty to the designs from the past. Check out the tops of that fence. Those fence pickets, it almost looks like it's been chewed. But they're all the fences here are quite different. The fence tops, the style. I hear somebody over there. Have you been to Colonial Williamsburg? Listen. Such a beautiful day in June. It started out rather overcast, There was a lot of rain last night for about 3 or 4 hours. And that looks like a juniper tree. Love the trash cans that are the early barrels. So keep watching. I'm going to be sharing lots of the gardens and some of the special building features that are here. And the nice thing is these are things that we can certainly incorporate into our own homes when we're trying to recreate some of this early look and feel. Oh, sleepy sheep.